I was in high school at 17, and I started selling weed on the side to make me a little money. I was on meth in high school, and I just thought I was cooler because I was hanging out with older kids, and that's not how it is. I mean, now I got these boys that I was running with that was drugging, that's getting charged with stuff now. They're all hitting me up saying, "Hey, can you help me?" And you can't fight addiction on your own. You just can't. It's about impossible to do. It's really about impossible.
Hello, you were listening to The Local Lens, the podcast from the Powell County Health Department and Kentucky Rio, where we go inside our community's experience with the drug epidemic. Our show is coming to you from Stanton, Kentucky, a small town nestled at the foothills of Appalachia. I'm your host, Nate Brooks, and thank you guys for tuning in to specifically this episode, because this one means a lot to me, specifically because I've been friends with this guy for most of my life. We've been in locker rooms together for different sports teams over the years, so I'm glad you're here and listening. We have some very honest conversations here. Thank you for tuning in. This is The Local Lens. These are our people using our voices, telling our stories, because no one sees it like we do.
My name's Jordan Shuler. I'm 24 years old. I got my peer support now. I work 2 jobs at the Spark office and up in Clay City at the outpatient.
So being a peer support specialist means that you work in a role that helps other people work through their recovery. And Spark is Spark Ministries, that's Janelle Brewer's organization, and they employ a lot of these peer support specialists.
When I was a little kid, I growed up in church. My dad was a preacher, and me and my brother always went to church. And I was raised good. When church doors wasn't open, we was having church at our house, and so it went on down the road, and my mom and dad split up, and my mom got with her high school sweetheart, and my dad got with another woman, and I started living. We was running back and forth to both places, me and my brother was, and what started my addiction was I was 14 years old, and my brother was hanging out with older people, and I thought it was cool to hang out with older people, and he was sneaking out one night, and I caught him sneaking out, and I told him, I said, "If you don't take me with you, I'm going to tell Mom." So there we went. We went down the street and started smoking weed. So then I started smoking weed when I was 14 and kept on smoking weed. And then when I was able to get my license, I was able to go to the bootleggers up here on Frames Branch. And I was getting alcohol when I was 16, and I was taking it and drinking with my buddies. So then I wrecked a few vehicles, and then I started messing with pills and stuff, and that's when it started. I was in high school at 17, and I started selling weed on the side to make me a little money, and I got caught selling weed in school, so I got sent off for 2 months to Breathitt County Detention Center, and when I got out, I just kind of went harder, and so I quit the pills, and I just got on meth. And when I started on meth, it was really bad. I was stealing off my grandparents, like writing code checks off my grandparents, stealing off my mom and my dad, going and robbing people. It was really bad. And then my brother, I ain't saying he was worse than me because we was both bad, and I was leaving my girlfriend and my kids at home to go check on my brother at the dope dealer's house, and I would go up there and find him passed out on the couch and stuff, and it was, if I wasn't doing meth or something, he wasn't talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stick in the game for a while just to kind of figure out my brother, and which I ain't trying to put it all on him either, because it was all me too. And it got bad to a point. Me and my girlfriend was moving, and we just couldn't figure out what was right. We was moving to Menifee County and all kinds of stuff, and it come to a point. She said, either you're gonna go to rehab, or I'm gonna leave you. And I had a little girl on the way, and she's 8 months She's 8 months now. And I got a little boy that's 4, and I got a stepdaughter that's 4. And so I told her at 12 o'clock at night, I called intake to go to rehab. And so I called intake, done my intake, and at 12 o'clock at night, we was going to go to Winchester to get my supplies and stuff. And we got over to Winchester, and before we made it to Walmart, I got pulled over with dope and stuff on me. And the cops put me in jail, and I got out on the MCR, and then they put me on drug court, which I've been on drug court for 12 months, something like that now. I'm a year and 5 months clean.
Yeah.
So
this happened like a year and a half ago when you got put in jail?
February 9th, February 10th I got out, and that was my clean date. So, yeah, that was a trip. So I believe just God didn't want me to go to rehab, that he just wanted me to get clean and not be away from my family. So I thank him for that.
So that's a little bit of the background on Jordan's experience. Now we've got this letter that Jordan's mom wrote to addiction.
It was a year into my recovery. My mom had this paper here, and she didn't know what else to do, so she put it in her Bible, and she anointed it with oil and stuff, and she put it in her Bible, but it says, "Dear addiction, five or 6 years ago you came into our lives. It took a few years to figure you out. That not only did it have a hold of my first baby, but also my second. My world, my heart, and my soul, you have not only stole their dreams, but my dreams for them. They are my rocks and my ambition to push myself to finish college, to be the mother that I could take care of them, love them, protect them, and push them to be the best they could be. I hate you because instead of taking my sons to college, I had to take them to rehab or pick them up from jail. I hate you because you have changed my sons' loving, giving, caring, and compassionate boys to anger, sad, and depressed young men. If they don't have you, I hate the fact that you have a hold on their minds. The first thing they think of when they do actually get some sleep is waking up to you. I hate you for making them think they are happy when they're using you and that they put you first in their lives. I hate that you have taken away my grandson's relationship, guidance, support mentally and physically and financially that they need from their fathers. I hate you for all the sleepless nights, wondering if they're okay, wondering if they're hungry, wondering if they're cold, wondering if I'm the one that gets that call. I hate you for all the times my boys have turned against each other the most. I hate you for every rage, fight, and broken piece of furniture and destruction. I hate you, addiction, because they will do whatever necessary to get from stealing to trading their clothes off for shoes or lying to family for money. I hate you for making them do things that they don't even remember. I hate you for making my babies hurt physically and mentally. I hate you because I know deep down inside they despise you, but don't have the power to pull away from you. I hate you for a mother, father, grandparent. You make us feel so hopeless. I hate you, but I know my God is greater than you, and I'm laying my boys at his feet. Lord, take these boys and bring them out of this hell they are in. You have heard their cries. You've heard their mama's cries. Please, Lord, move this mountain out of their way so they can be men I know they were meant to be. Move in their lives and make them mighty men of God to do your will. Amen. And that's just something she wrote for me about she wrote it in our addiction, and she put it in a Bible, and she just gave it to me like 5 months ago. Yeah. And I read it, and it broke me down.
Yeah, no, that's very heavy to hear from a mom. But let's go on and get back into Jordan's experience.
I was on meth for 6 years. I graduated high school in 2015. I was on meth in high school, and I just thought I was cooler because I was hanging out with the older kids, and that's not how it is. I mean, now I got these boys. that I was running with that was drugging, that's getting charged with stuff now, they're all hitting me up saying, hey, can you help me? And I'm here to help them now, so I think it's a good thing, really.
So you started looking to get into recovery because of, like, your family, like, your kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that, was that, like, the main driver?
Man, it was, well, I got my little boy took, and I thank his mom for that, because if she didn't take him from me when I was doing these things, then she would just be just as bad as me, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think it was a good thing she took him, because it opened up my eyes, because I didn't have my little boy, and that really showed me right there. I was like, I got to change. And then I had a little girl on the way. Mm-hmm. My girlfriend was pregnant, so I was like, so I'm gonna lose both of them right back to back. So that right there, I wanted to change, but I didn't know how, and it was really hard. And I would sit and tell my girlfriend, I'll quit, and she'd be like, will you really? And I'd have a bag of dope in my pocket. Yeah. And in my head, it's after this bag of dope is gone, I'll quit. But before that bag of dope's gone, I'm going to get me another bag of dope. And it was never quitting. Yeah. Yeah. So it was hard. I put her through the ringer. I mean, there was nights that I was sitting there. I would leave, and I'd leave her a note, and I'd be like, if anybody comes in, there's a knife beside the bed. Just know it's sitting there, and I'd write her a note out, and that's crazy. I mean, that's stuff that I was doing on meth, and that's just, nobody wants that, and I'm surprised she stuck with me, really. That's just the kind of stuff that was running through my head, just crazy stuff. It was nuts. Meth will put you in a different state of mind. It's just crazy.
What was it like?
Fast. Never stopped. All my problems, I didn't have them while I was messed up, because I had so much going on. Yeah. And once I come down, then I had those problems right back. Okay. And that's what I tell everybody. You do it because you got problems, but once you sober up, you got those problems right back at you, and they're 10 times worse. Yeah. And it's not a way to fix your problems. It really ain't.
Did you know that, like, while you were using it all, or was that, like,
no,
after you finished?
That was after. That was in recovery. Dude, I've learned so much by getting my peer support, being with Jeremy Thompson. He's helped me out a lot. I've gained trust back from my mom, my dad, my mama, all of them. I wrote code checks. I got felony charges on them, like all kinds of stuff. I've been to jail in Moorhead, Winchester, Powell County, Breathitt County Detention Center. It's just not a life to live. I was heading for prison. That's straight up.
So he mentioned a guy named Jeremy Thompson, and we actually did an episode with Jeremy and his wife, Edna Thompson. So if you're interested, go back and listen to their episode to learn what their whole experience was and what their approach to all of this is. So back to Jordan, though. Jordan was a participant in drug court. So now we're going to explore what drug court was like for him for a little bit. But how long have you been in drug court?
Well, I done MCR, and MCR is I don't really know what it stands for.
I looked it up. It stands for Multi-Concept Recovery.
So when I went and met with the guy that helps you get out of jail, and he's like, you get out and you do MCR, I'll let you out today. And I was like, sign me up. So he signed me up, and I got out next day. I was drug testing. I was drug testing like 3 times a week, paying $10 a drug test, and that was for 6 months.
And that ends up being close to $1,000.
I got off of that, and drug court in Winchester was like, okay, we're going to put you in drug court. There's 4 phases, and the first 2 phases was probably the hardest. I have 3 meetings a week I have to attend. I got a sponsor, which was Jeremy Thompson.
So in recovery, a sponsor is somebody who is pretty much there for you to hear you out and listen to you whenever you need somebody. And he was also required to meet with parole officers.
And then I have a PO meeting. The first one was every week. I have to do daily journals. So every day I got to write like a paragraph of what my day went, like how my day went. Yeah. And then you have to have 20 hours of work anywheres. If you don't, then you got to do community service. So it was kind of frustrating at the beginning because I was working for my dad and stuff, just helping him. I didn't have a steady job, and I didn't. It took me a while to get my meetings down, and then to get like my journals down and everything. So it was a lot at first, and then after I got out of phase 2, which I'm in phase 3 now, I think I got 1 more month till I phase up to aftercare, and then I got 6 months in aftercare. Okay. So it's helped me, man. It really has. If it wasn't for drug court, I'd probably still be out here on the streets, ripping and running and robbing and doing everything.
So one thing that Jordan said helped him through his recovery is also the same thing that helped a lot of other people I've interviewed with their recoveries.
I got responsibilities now. Like I didn't have that. I didn't have like you got to do this today, that and that and that, and I mean it's all in order. If you don't get this done, then you're gonna get you're gonna get a sanction. Yeah. Which luckily, knock on wood, I ain't ever got a sanction yet in drug court. And most people tell you, well, drug courts they're looking to fail you. They're just trying to get you put in jail. I mean, if you do it right and you want to do it right and you want to get clean, it ain't no problem.
Okay. Why do people say that? Why do people think it's to put you back in jail?
Because that they'll put a lot on you. They do. It's not meant to be easy. It's meant to be pretty hard on you. 'Cause I mean, I was either looking at. I mean, I got a bunch of charges. Tampering with evidence, that's 1 to 5 right there, and I was looking at 2 years in jail, just to do the time, or I do drug court. So, I mean, you're looking at either 1 to 5 or do drug court. So when you pick drug court, they're gonna be hard on you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be easy. So people's like, well, they're just trying to get me put in jail and stuff, and it's not that. It's just they're wanting better for you. Yeah. But yeah, I think it helps, man. It's helped me. I mean, it really has. If it wasn't for drug court, I'd probably be dead. I had a preacher prophesy to me and tell me he didn't know nothing about me, and he was like, man, you're lucky you're here today. He said you should been already dead for all the drugs you was doing. And I mean, that opened my eyes. I was like a month clean and going to church, and that opened it right there, because I should have been dead. Like the things I've done, I probably should have been dead. Never thought I would never thought I'd be down the road. You know what I'm saying? It's and I ain't saying I'm perfect, but I have bad days. I do. And the hardest one was when I was on quarantine. I thought about relapsing, and that was really hard on me. And I ain't perfect. I have bad days. Like I don't relapse, but I do have really bad days. And I get through them. I pray about it, and I get through them. But and if it weren't for my kids and my girlfriend and my mom and my dad, which my dad's pretty sick right now, and I think that's going to be the next hardest thing for me to have to go through, is losing one of my parents. But I just know I got to have God on my side, really. Yeah. That's main thing that got me sober is God, and I straight put it for him. I pray him every day and every night, and I let my kids know who saved me. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it was crazy, man.
When you're in one of these just like awful days and you're considering relapsing, what gets you through that?
First I start, I have to go to myself and I have to pray. If I got my kids, I get my kids and I turn to them. And if I just can't deal with it, I reach out, because, I mean, that's just what you got to do. Jeremy, I can reach out to him anytime, and he'll either be at my house or he'll be praying for me over the phone or just something. I got great support, but I can't. There's some days that I can't do it alone, and I got to have somebody to push me through. But, yeah. Like, I want to just turn towards my kids because that's my happy place is my kids. So, but that's I reach out. I don't hold everything in. Like, I'll let somebody know I'm struggling.
When you were just starting to get clean, what was the hardest part of that?
Well, like, a few days I was clean. I went to my dope dealer's house. And I thought they was my friends. I thought they was my good friends because we was doing dope together and stuff. I went up and I sit around and they was all smoking dope and smoking weed and when I say dope, I mean meth and stuff. So I was sitting there and they asked me to hit it and I was like, no, I can't. I said, I failed a drug test. I'm gone for 2 years. I said, I can't do that. And I don't know if I was testing myself or just seeing who was there for me. But once I told them that I couldn't do it, they didn't talk to me. And I got up and I was like, well, that's a place I don't need to be.
Yeah.
So I knew right then and there. And the hardest thing was, I tell you, like, meth wasn't hard to get off of. It was the weed because I'd been smoking since I was 14. I'm 24, so almost like 10 years. Like every day, and I was selling it in school, and it was just it was easy to get, and that was the hardest thing for me to quit. Because even when I quit, I was around a few people that smoked and stuff, and I was like, let me smell of it. But now I'm just like, it doesn't bother me. Nothing bothers me. I don't judge people, so that's my main thing is don't judge nobody, because I mean you could be in the same boat they're in. I never thought I'd be an addict, but I turned around and I was there. You know what I'm saying? So, and it happened just like that. It took a lot of money from my kids and stuff. Like my kids got like 4-wheelers, trampolines, like game systems. Like if I was still smoking weed and doing dope, my kids wouldn't have none of that.
Yeah.
And I just bought a house. Well, me and my girlfriend bought a house. We almost got it paid off, and I mean, nice. I wouldn't have none of this stuff if I was still in addiction. Because I mean, I'd be in there stealing my TV to take it and sell it, and my bed, like just crazy stuff. Shampoo, lotion. I mean,
really,
dude, it was bad. Yeah. Like my shoes, like I'd have maybe one pair of shoes to wear, and all my clothes, like. I would take them to trade them for dope, or my girlfriend's clothes. I'd take them and sell them, and it was just I'd take food out of my fridge because I didn't eat when I was on meth, and I'd take them and give them to people. And I mean now I'm like I go out and I get food for people just to give, not for anything. So I like it. I like being out on the streets and helping people.
Yeah. Well, I'm just curious. Thank you for that. Dude. But I'm curious. What could you get in return for a bottle of lotion? Like a bottle of shampoo. Like that's wild to me.
Dude, I don't know. Like, just depends on if somebody needs a shower or something. Like, dude, your dope dealer, dude, you can take him anything, and if he's got the dope, like grams after grams, I mean, he'll throw you $5-10 worth, and just to. Even just to get you out of their hair, you know what I'm saying? Because you're aggravating them for dope, and I mean you're constantly up there to get it. And I mean that was me. Like I'd have a bag, I'd go and I'd leave, and it wouldn't be 30 minutes to an hour. I'd be back. Just depends on how much I did. And I'd probably say I was doing close to half gram a day, close to it. And I mean. But yeah, it was wild.
But now, very thankfully, he's doing much better and is able to look back and see how things had changed for him and his environment along the way and through the years.
like in school, man, I wasn't the type to bully you. I wasn't the type to not talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to anybody, and anybody needed my help, I was there.
Yeah.
I wasn't the smartest cookie in the class, but I got through school, barely, and I got sent to alternative a bunch. I got sent to Breathitt County a bunch in school. I did things I shouldn't have done in school, but I was there for anybody that needed me. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
And when I got an addiction, man, there wasn't nobody around.
Yeah.
And where there was a bunch of people around when I was in addiction,
Yeah.
but when I was trying to get out of addiction, there wasn't nobody around.
Yeah.
So when it comes down to it and you're in recovery, you got maybe a handful of people you can talk to, and the rest, man, I can't deal with. I can't, I ain't gonna put myself in that situation. And I'll be driving and I see somebody in addiction, and dude, it makes me want to pull over. But if I have my kids, I can't. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm in the car with me and my girlfriend, dude, I'll pull over and try to talk to you and get you some help. Or if you need food, I'll find you some food.
Yeah. Are people pretty appreciative?
Oh yeah, dude, like I know a lot of people around here. I've been here for a long time, and even like I said, older people, dude, they know me.
Dude, I gotta tell you though, too, like you're gonna be able to reach people in a way that not many other people are going to be able to, though, too.
Right.
Like it's like, yeah, you went through like a bad little path for a while, but like, dude, you're on the other side of it now. And like you're pulling people through with you too.
Yeah.
So.
And it's surprised me, man, because it's not just younger people that I'm getting. It's 40 and 50-year-olds that I'm pulling out of addiction and stuff. I never thought I'd do that. I'm 24 years old. I never thought like a 50-year-old would look up to me and ask me for help. It's pretty crazy.
Do you feel like you can help people?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy. Just in the 8-9 months that I've been with Jeremy, he's given me the tools to pull somebody out.
Oh, good, man.
So
good.
I got them, and they're with me. And if you want help, like he's told me, I'll go as hard as you'll go. But if you ain't gonna go hard, I ain't going hard, because there's many more people out here that's needing help that I can help. And if you're willing to get help, we can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can't fight addiction on your own. You just can't. It's about impossible to do. It's really about impossible.
Well, that's all the time that we have today. Thank you guys for listening. I really don't have anything to add to this. I just want to emphasize how important it is that we listen to the people who have been through this, that we take note of what helps people actually get better and get healthier. There are a lot of reasons why Jordan was able to recover and is doing good now, and those are all reasons why there are 2 kids who have a dad in their lives now. And that's the kind of thing that carries on for generations. So we need to be supportive of the people who want to recover and people who want to get better and healthier. But that is all the time that we have today. Thank you, Jordan, for being on the show and for being so open with me. I appreciate it, man. Got a lot of respect for you. Thank you to WSKV for broadcasting the show, and to the Powell County Health Department and Kentucky Rio for helping put the show on. I'm your host, Nate Brooks. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Share it with your friends. Tell everyone you know to listen to this. This is The Local Lens. These are our people, using our voices, telling our stories, because no one sees it like we do.